Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight at the Millennium stage. Tonight's performance is part of the 14th Annual Page to Stage Festival. Now please welcome to the stage Synetic Theater Company's Alice in Wonderland.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking some time out of this gorgeous Labor Day to watch some of our work. We are Synetic Theater. It's a company that was founded by Pata and Irina Tsikurishvili in 2001. We use a wide range of different styles in our performances, physical, acrobatics, pantomime. So what you're going to see today is a brief warm-up that will give you kind of an insight into our training, into the technique that Ira teaches us, that we incorporate into our shows. And then after that, you will see some short scenes from our next production of Alice in Wonderland, which is part of the Women's Voices Theater Festival. We open September 30th, and we run through November 8th. You'll be hearing that again. So come check it out, and we're going to start with Irina leading us in a warm-up. So music, whenever you're ready.
dancers may be on the floor, yeah, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I go so weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Lord, sway me, make me, thrill me, hold me, bend me, ease me. You have a way with me. Sway me. Other dancers may be on the floor, yeah, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Let me feel as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Let me feel as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Sway me, baby, make me feel as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Sway me, sway me, sway me now.
All right, there you go. So that is an example of the training that we do within the company. We do various workouts, technique training, pantomime work, like I said. So what you're going to see now is the first scene from Alice in Wonderland. It is Alice sleeping alone in her bed before she goes down the rabbit hole. And you'll continue through our interpretation of the Hall of Doors. Okay, so whenever you're ready. it. Thank you. So that gets her through the Hall of Doors, about to enter Wonderland. So if you want to check out how she expands to the top of the ceiling and shrinks to the bottom of the ground, you have to come check the show out. So next scene is Dodo and Lobster pas de deux, so to speak. The Cheshire Cat is leading Alice to the imprisonment of the dodo bird. And she's imprisoned by the queen because she fell in love with a lobster who is not one of her own kind. So this is that scene. You ready, Eliza?
Who's crying?
Dodo. Poor thing. She's imprisoned over there.
The queen didn't chop off her head?
Well, not till after the garden party.
Well, why is she in prison?
For being different. She fell in love, and not with one of her own kind.
She was jailed for being in love?
Well, there is no love in the Queen's kingdom. It was at the great crustacean ball, the lobster quadrille.
Yes, so I didn't give you the second half of that story. She gets imprisoned, but then, as you saw, the army of the Queen's Cards came in and separated them and put her in jail. So the next scene is our caterpillar scene. So this is Alice stumbling upon the caterpillar. You'll see her pick it up and talk to it, and see the consequent results. There are Venus flytraps. Unfortunately, we couldn't have all of our costumes here, so let's use our imagination. Venus flytraps and mushrooms and a prickly pear cactus. Who's back there? All right.
Well, I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why? Recite
What shall I recite?
the poem. Speak gently. Speak gently. It is better far to rule by love.
Oh yes, I
Then
know that
fear.
one. I've just been learning it. Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Oh dear, that's not it. I speak severely to my boy and beat him when he sneezes. Oh no, that's not it either.
That was said very poorly. Who are you?
I hardly know anymore. I knew who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have changed.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it's not natural. That is, sir, I'm sure it's not natural for you, changing into a butterfly, but it's not for me.
Then how have you changed?
Well, to begin with, I was much smaller than I ought to have been. 3 inches is such a wretched height.
It's a very good height.
Well, not for me.
You are a very silly and dissatisfied little girl. You don't know your poetry lessons and you complain about your quite excellent height. I myself am 2 inches and 7/8. I would be proud to have your extra 1/8 of an inch.
But I'm different from you.
But you're the same as everyone else. You have 2 eyes, a nose in the middle, and a mouth underneath. Now, if those 2 eyes were on the same side of the nose, for instance, and a mouth on top, that would be of some help.
But that wouldn't look nice.
Wait till you've tried. Actually, I think that's the answer.
Well, the answer to what?
You need to change!
And so your life's been a success, and you have pleasure and excess. Don't worry yet, we'll all end soon. The crack of doom is coming soon, and so your future's looking bright, and you've reached the giddy heights. Don't worry, 'twill soon end. It is all shallow and pretend. The crack of doom is coming soon. The crack of doom is coming soon. Ha! Ha!
Thank you, thank you.
The rest is a secret.
That scene is about halfway done, so you can only imagine what the other half is going to be. So we're going to jump ahead to the caterpillar fight. So what happens is eventually at the end of that scene, the caterpillar and his fellow body parts trap Alice in a cocoon that the Cheshire Cat then comes in to rescue her, essentially. So how do we fight a caterpillar? Let's see. If you could tell, he exploded into little butterflies at the end. All right, so that is those are the scenes that we want to show you. So if everyone can come out, we're gonna have a quick Q&A. We'll take any questions that you may have from the audience about Synetic in general, about this production, past productions, anything really. And there's a mic. So if anyone has a question, you are free to come forward. Yeah, you can step forward, actually. We have a mic set up.
Can you tell us more about your movement classes, like when and where, what ages, those sorts of things?
Synetic offers many types of classes, from elementary ages to middle school and teens and up to adults. We offer them at our Synetic studio, which is in Crystal City. It's metro accessible, and also there's free parking after 4, which is always nice around these areas. And we offer acting for the young actors, for the little ones. And then once we get to the teen age, we have a teen preparatory program, which allows the students to take classes in fight choreography, as well as classes in acting and movement. And then we have adult fitness classes and adult technique classes. So if you saw some of the stuff up here and you want to learn it, you can come to the classes and learn it there.
Yep.
All right, anything else? Anyone else?
Hello, I'd just like to know a little bit more about the background of you all and where you studied dance and how to do this, all this stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, what training we do? I mean, can you tell who you are, guys? I mean, I don't have much dancers here, actually. They're all actors. I mean, we have few, as you saw. Can you tell me, like, guys, raise hands, who is dancer? Yeah. that's pretty much it.
Yes, Synetic and Potts and Arena always say they like to hire actors and teach them how to dance and move rather than hire dancers and teach them how to act. So for the most part, as you said, Janine and Eliza both have dance experience, but we're all actors, gone to universities, trained in traditional theatrical styles, and we've come to Synetic and learned a certain skill set that Potts and Arena have cultivated over the past 15 years or so.
Yeah, I like to think that we are performing artists. We dance, we can act. Some of us can sing, I cannot. And mime, and we've learned a lot of wonderful techniques through Synetic, and it's the ability to tell a story through your body is you find very difficult for some actors if they haven't learned how to properly use their body. And being able to tell a story with your body allows anybody, no matter what language you speak, to understand the story that we're trying to get across.
Anyone else?
I'm a singer, I think I can be heard. Irina, what is the decision process to decide if it will be silent or if it will have text?
I mean, officially we announced that we are doing only Shakespeare silent, and everything else it's like, movement based, of course, but we have text. So, but idea about silent shows, it started with Shakespeare. So, and we try to keep that tradition. We done also like Arthur without words, but Jekyll and Hyde. We look into materials exactly and try to see what will be more interesting to show in the movement. And some like a Jekyll and Hyde, it's really good material to do without words because there is so many transformations happen. So, based on materials, and Shakespeare, of course, there's so much stories going on. That's why.
I think Shakespeare's been done enough that people become familiar with the stories, and I think we choose our scripts or choose the shows to be silent that people will be most familiar with, so you can come in without really, well, you can come in knowing the story and then see it in our silent version. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the front, here.
How long did it take you to learn the whole thing?
How did the choreography that you just saw?
We're still learning it.
It's ongoing. We started rehearsals in the beginning, mid-August. So we've been rehearsing the past 4 or 5 weeks. And it's still a work in progress. We still have 3 weeks until we open. So, I mean, does anyone want to say how they learn the choreography?
So many things can be changed still. And the music, what you heard, I mean, this music will be not usable because it's not our music. Koki gonna compose some music and we're gonna put that music. But right now it's demos, all demos there.
Good question.
Another one in the front? Come forward. Do we enjoy doing it?
Yes.
I would say that's a resounding yes, or you would not see us on this stage. Yes, we love doing it. We love what we do. So.
Is it hard doing what y'all do?
Yeah. I guess.
Yes.
I mean, anything in specific. Is it hard doing what we do?
I mean, it's really hard to. It's hard to do like any. Thank you. I'll hold it. Fine. Any like craft that you have it requires lots of work. So it really, any profession is in a sense hard.
In the
so.
beginning it's hard. Then you're used to it, and then you more know, and much easier then.
I like to think that physical theater is like being an athlete. So just like any athlete, whether you play basketball, whether you play soccer, whether it's tennis, any of those, you really have to practice, and you are never good enough. You always work and you strive to become better. And there's never like a final step, I think, which is why theater is so great for all of us, because there's always something to work towards.
Yeah. For example, in our training, we specifically train in strength conditioning and technique work that you saw for 4 hours a night, 5 to 6 days a week, when we're really pushing it. So yeah.
But don't Don't be afraid. Everything, everything starts. It's when you're starting something new. It's always hard, but then it's easier.
Yeah. Gentlemen, or you have another question?
Are y'all? When is the next time y'all performing here?
Performing on the Millennium stage or our next performance? Here? In a year? In another year? But yeah, like I said, I'd say it again, that we do open September 30th, and we run through November 8th. So if you want to see us, come check us out in our theaters in Crystal City, Virginia, which is right across the bridge.
And you can metro there.
Yep. Gentlemen?
I see the playwright is Lloyd Rose. Is that the same former theater critic, and I know has done other theater work? I'm curious what kind of collaboration is going on during the rehearsal process with the playwright.
Well, right now Pata is there working with Lloyd, and they are working on other scenes, which has to be a little bit changed. So while we are working here or in rehearsals, there is some attachment has to be happen in the script. So he goes there, and then they're working. Right now, they're still working.
Yeah, for example, Lloyd is the playwright for this production. So what happens is and it's funny, in the scripts, she'll have the text, the lines that you've heard, and then in the stage direction, she goes, Pata and Arena create some amazing movement sequence. So she knows the style of what we do, and so she's very giving in saying, Pata and Arena letting her know what scenes they want to be movement based, and then she comes in with the text. And for example, we had a design run this past week, and she sat in, saw the direction that the show was going, and like Ira said, Pata and Lloyd are meeting right now to go over some changes that will happen, tomorrow when we have rehearsal. Thanks.
Body hurts.
Do our body hurts? Do our body hurt? Anyone have a specific?
Yes. So I come from a dance background, but what I think makes us the most sore about what we do is we come into rehearsal not quite knowing what we're going to do because we're devising all of this from scratch. So it might be a text scene. It might be one of these fights where everyone's rolling over each other and falling on the floor. Or it might be a dance sequence where Ira's making us squat and get it back up and squat and get back up and squat and get back up. So a lot of repetition makes us sore. Training makes us really sore. And then what doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
And Ira has trained us not to hurt ourselves when we do these crazy flips. So
we like to hit the floor, but sometimes the floor likes to hit back. So
when can we sign up to?
Today.
Well, at synetictheater.org, but we also, the teen program that Tori was talking about, we do teen shows where we take a main stage performance. For example, so far we've done A Midsummer Night's Dream, Taming of the Shrew, Romeo and Juliet. We just did Hamlet this past season. And we take the main stage production and teach it to kids from 13 to 19. They do the exact same show. You're on the same set. Have the same costumes. And we actually have auditions again coming up. If you go to our website, synetictheater.org, this Saturday we have auditions. And you can get the info.
And if you're not a teenager yet, then you can take the classes at our Synetic studio. And it's, depending on your age, you'll get a little bit of everything. So it's a lot of fun. You start young and you learn at your age, then when you're my age, you'll be soaring high.
To piggyback off of that, I teach a class Mondays from 6 to 8:30. He teaches, it's fitness and technique. He teaches fitness on Wednesdays from 6 to 7. And then I also have a fight choreography class at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. If anybody's interested, sign on up.
That's for adults.
For adults,
We've got a lot of questions.
Did you have to do gymnastics?
Did we have to train in gymnastics? We didn't have to. Some of us have. For example, Dallas has some, I have some, Vato has some. But Ira, like I said, she also teaches us how to fly and flip. So if you come in without gymnastics training, you can learn. You can pick it up.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Eliza, how old are you?
I'm 18.
So it varies, 18 to 30, 18 to 35. I mean, it varies.
All the way up to bald, so.
Yes. Any other questions?
How many shows do you guys do a season?
Good question.
Very good question. 5?
4 or 5 shows.
We do 4 to 5 shows, not including our teen shows as well, which you could be in. All right, any other questions? We maybe have time for about 2 more. 2 more?
It looks like you're all very adept at improvising, so I wonder how much the actors contribute to the choreography as opposed to it just being devised by the chief choreographer.
Well, some scenes like you saw with Eliza and Sana, it was choreographed. Some scenes which is telling the story, it requires actors whom we are preparing to have this language because we're teaching them how to speak through their bodies. So in the situation when we are improvising about scenes, that they can speak and tell us the story. So we tell them what is about the scene, and then they're improvising, and then we try to switch if we, or edit, and helping them, and it's so much coming from the actors, and of course it's changing process all the time there. Guys, do you want to edit?
Yeah, I think that's one of the greatest things about Synetic is that when we first start a process, we really do get to contribute a lot. And we have to come in with ideas. In fact, we are expected to come in with thoughts and ideas. And we are given what we call our mess around period, the first 2 weeks or so of rehearsal, where we are improvising with scenes, and Pazza and Irina will be like, these are the things that we'd like to see, and go. You go play. And a lot of what we bring is put into the show, and it's morphed and changed and cleaned. But I really like to think that we as an ensemble create the show under their guidance.
Yep. Thank you.
How long have you been doing this?
How long have we been doing this? I mean, most of us have been here for at least 2 years, some upwards of 10 years. So
there's a lot of newer people in this cast.
There are.
I've been with the company, this is my 6th year. But out of this cast, we have, what, first years? First,
yeah.
A lot of
First
first and
show?
second years?
First show.
First show.
Woohoo.
Yeah. One more? Maybe last question? All right, we'll do quick.
Do you know everybody who works at the Kennedy Center?
Do we enjoy working at the Kennedy Center?
I said, do you know everybody who works here?
Do we know anybody who works here?
I don't.
Not currently. I don't know.
Not yet.
Not yet. I mean, final question?
How much do you review tapes of your performances so that you get a better feel about how you're all interacting and how it comes across to the viewer?
All the time. we have our stage manager, Marley, who's over in the booth over there. So Marley videos every single rehearsal that we have, and every single new piece of choreography or new scene she'll video for us, and we have a private YouTube page just for us in the cast. And so it allows us to go back and look through what we've done. If we haven't touched a scene for a while, we can look at it. It gives Irina a chance to look at what we've done, and if she feels anything needs to be changed. Or we can look at ourselves and go, I need to work a little bit harder on that scene. So that's we look at our stuff all the time.
And we film all of our shows so that we have archival videos, so that in the event that we remount a show, we can go back and look. And Ira's gone back and looked at a dance and been like, no, I want to change it. You can learn from things like, oh, that was really great, or that was great, and now I want to make it better.
Yeah.
Archival videos are very helpful.
All right, do you have a very quick final?
Are you famous?
We are so famous. Well, thank you once again. The show opens September 30th through November 8th in Crystal City. Thank you, guys.